Hi, I'm Karla Schafer, designer for Auntie's Beads, and I will be demonstrating the Bead-A-Lawn Spiral Maker. It comes in two sizes, a large and a small. Okay, this is the large spiral maker, and you need to take it apart. I've already taken the little nuts off, and if you have trouble getting it up off here, you might use the flat nose pliers to pry it loose. And what we need to do, for whatever gauge wire you're going to be making the spiral, you need to make these little washers, so to speak. So I'm cut 3 pieces of 1.5 inch 20 gauge wire, because I'm doing a 20 gauge spiral, and all you're going to do is put them around the pegs here, and I'm folding them, kind of giving them a little crimp where they almost look like a cotter pin, but you put them around each end, and what this does is it provides the correct amount of space between the tool to make your coil or spiral. Okay, once I've got those in place, then we're going to put the top back on. Because it's threaded, sometimes it's kind of hard to get down. You want to get it all the way down, and then we're going to add the little nuts back on and tighten them. And now it's ready for us to make a coil. Okay, I'm going to work with a wire right off the spool, and again I'm using a 20 gauge artistic wire. First thing we do is we're going to guide the wire through these 2 prongs on the end into the center until you get the wire in the center, not crossing the center, but just in there. These little tools or prongs have a slot in the end of them. There's a small one and a large one. That depends on what size hole you want in the middle of your spiral. And we're going to slide it into the hole of the jig until we intersect that wire, and then what we're going to do is just simply turn. And I'm going to go ahead and make it the width of the tool, which means it will make a spiral as large as it goes to the nuts where it's screwed into the tool itself. If you want to make smaller loops, larger loops, they suggest that you actually count how many turns that you make if you're going to make a pair, or you can just eyeball it. All I'm doing is just cranking it, and the wire is pulling off the spool. And I find it's nice to give it a little tension. And it starts to get a little tight the further out you get. And then when you think you're good to where you want your spiral to be, I would just clip it off, pull out the middle, and then loosen the nuts. And I've got mine too tight, so I'm going to use my pliers. Again, you're going to slip the top off. And you've got a coil. And then you can take your coils and make pretty much anything you want with them. I'm going to do a project where I make earrings out of these coils.